Welcome to Chess Talk, episode 256. We're going to play some chess and talk. We got a new strange duo this week. It's just going to be me, Cody, and we have Tikeri back.
What's up?
Hey, Tikeri.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome back. As
Thank you.
We've mentioned a little bit, Brittany and I are literally about to be moving, so Brittany is using this time to pack up and get things in order. And as soon as I'm done recording this, I got to box up all the recording equipment and some other miscellaneous stuff. So busy weekend. But we're going to play some chess. Tikeri is going first online, and we'll update you, lovely listeners, as that progresses. We're going to talk about some more of The Great, another movie of this week, and catch up. So, without further ado, how have you been, Tikeri? It's been a minute since you were on.
It has been.
Yeah, you were on episode 247, I think, if not 246.
I've listened to your other one. You're like always so close. Like I don't know how you keep track of this.
Like, yeah, I knew it was. I mean, to be fair, and this time I'm cheating because I did just look at the episode description.
But still, like I think the other ones where whenever you guess like someone or something happened in another one, you're always like one or two off, or maybe you're spot on. Yeah. Like, I don't even know how you do that.
Like, I don't know. I enjoy the show and I like remembering the fun little trivia about my little show. So that's why I do it. So yeah, for any listener that wants a recap on Tikeri or what he's all about, go listen to 246 and hear him talk about his fantastic, nearly year-long road trip to the East Coast.
Yeah, just haven't really been up to too much. Grab my turn on this chest right here.
Start it off.
Right? Only been out like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You can't really go out, you know. So
yeah,
I've only been out 3 times. Like 2 was just to like check out to see downtown, or 1 was to check out downtown. 1 was just to go to a bar and just hang out. Pretty much that was like last night. Pretty much done going out now since. Oh man, everything's spiking right now. So.
Yeah, no, it's my boss is letting me work from home the rest of my time at my current job, just because he's like, yeah, there's no point having you in. I'm like, thank you.
Right? Thank you. Like, holy crap. Just like, oh yeah, let's open up everything while we're still in the thick of it. Like, oh.
And then it's like the shocked Pikachu meme. It's like,
why
cases are spiking?
Right? What do you mean? I want my pickleball. That's a thing that happened. It's actually happened out here in Nevada. People went to go protest to open, get their pickleballs back and get their hair done. But yeah. The first time I went out, it was to downtown or to the Strip. Don't know what I'm doing here on this chess.
Hey man, just go with it.
Just go with it, right?
Let the pieces move you, not the other way around.
All right. I went to the Strip to cover because I also do live streams on Twitch.
Yep. Twitch.tv/Samoan Ninja.
The Samoan Ninja. You got it. So yeah, so I went to the Black Lives Matter rally down there.
Yeah.
And they moved fast. They were walking pretty fast. Yeah, they started at
cover more ground.
They started off at Trump Towers, and then they walked southbound. Yeah, right. And then so then I pulled up. I took an Uber there. I walked south because I thought they were still walking south, like I was gonna get, but they already turned around. So yeah, so I thought like what I saw was like the cops like blocking off an intersection. I thought that's where they were at. It was just they were just blocking off an intersection, so I wasted time. So I turned around, like I walked to like from Bally's to like the end of the block, which is like a Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I turned all the way. Then I turned around, went north, and then I caught them at the Venetian. And
okay, you were part of that.
Part of it, yes and no. I kind of wanted to just cover it.
Okay, yeah, because it's definitely something that I think should be put out there and voices to be heard with how terrible everything has been the past couple
right
weeks,
you
years.
Years. It feels like years.
Yeah, no,
2020, holy crap. A decade
yeah.
on its own, bro. It is a
It's
decade,
been...
but still. Yeah, so then I was covering a walk with him. It's not bad, It's the first time I ever joined up with something like that.
Yeah, I imagine here is pretty peaceful, right? Which is what
It,
they
you know
want.
what? From where I was at, it was.
That's good.
It felt American. I can't explain it, bro. Just being there and just people chanting and just the energy.
That should be the most American thing to do, is to go out and protest and voice your opinion. Like, that is the country's core.
Yeah, it was just crazy, that whole energy of just that. And then they're out there for to show solidarity, and we understand and all the things that's going on. No matter what the message is, you just go out there with the group, and it's for it's for a cause, and that was it was something else, kind of part of it to witness it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they went, and I walked all the way past the Stratosphere, and I still didn't catch them, and that was from Fashion Show. And I was like, I'm just gonna call for a ride home. I don't think, because since I was live streaming, I had my friend, one of my friends, texting me to see where they're at, because you could see them on the traffic cams, because Vegas, there's a shit ton of traffic cams. You could just see, So he was like, yeah, I see a group of people at Charleston. And I was like, well, I'm still, I'm just passing, the Stratosphere, so I'm not gonna catch them. They're gone. So I'm calling for an Uber. I call for an Uber. By the time the Uber is nearby, the driver is nearby, I hear the rally coming back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this time when they walked away, when they came back, they picked up a crowd.
Oh no.
The crowd grew. I think there was
that's good.
Yeah, it was good, but then it got to the point where you can't just keep all that crowd on the sidewalk. So there were some people walking in the streets too.
Yeah.
And so the cops was giving a bunch of warnings. I'm trying to text the Uber driver saying, "Don't come through." It's like at this restaurant called Tacos Mexico. Okay. It's right next to this Denny's. It was right when you're passing the Stratosphere, I think. But I told him, I was like, hey, there's the side street where it splits off. Right behind it is Main Street. You just pick me up in the back. Don't come on Vegas Boulevard, because the protests came back. I didn't think they were, but they're here. So right when he's pulling up in the back, that's when something happens. I can't exactly tell you what did, because I couldn't see it. But I'm pretty sure it was because the police kept warning people to get back on the sidewalk, and I'm pretty sure they probably fired something to just disperse them.
Right.
Because everyone just looks behind and they start running. The guy was pulling up in the back, right? And the rally people, they were marching through, and then that stuff happens. The crowd starts running. So then I'm backing up, and I go into the back of the restaurant, the other side. And the Uber driver pulls in. I could see him waving his arms, come on.
Action movie.
I'm opening the door, trying to my name's Tikeri, and he's like, just get in. I'm like, bro, I'm not diving into your backseat, man. So yeah, and then I was trying to tell the guy oh, my bad, man.
You didn't think it would.
I didn't know. Yeah,
back up.
I told him I was here for the protest, and just to cover it because I'm live streaming, and my bad about all that stuff, but he was cool about it. But just at that moment, man, when you see him just pull up, and then you can see his arms get over here, come on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Tikeri, just get in, bro, just get in. I was
so stressful.
Yeah, and then just got out.
Yeah, dude.
So then
pull out of there.
Yeah, that was pretty much.
That's been your past 2 months.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah, no, that sounds crazy, but that's cool that you went. And is that a live stream archived so people can watch it?
Yes, I did throw it up.
Okay, yeah, I'll be sure to link that in the description.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we're we're seeing people just saying our goodbyes and things like that, but we're trying to limit it. Like, we only saw at most like 2 or 3 people at a time, and we weren't going out to like public places to see them. And then once we move, like, we're not really going to go anywhere because nothing to go do and no friends to go meet up and hang out with. So yeah, we're really going to try and just, lock ourselves in and shelter in and just try and stay home as much as we can.
Yeah, that's pretty much since everything's spiking up again. I was like, I'll just stick home. Like,
yeah,
don't need to go out because you know what? I'll just drink with you, you guys on Discord.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
But at the same time, it just like really sucks because most of my streams, I try and do IRL stuff. Get out there and but at the same time, you can't, and there really isn't anything going on.
Yeah,
it sucks being stuck to desktop stream to play games because it's fun, but at the same time, that's not my thing. I like to get out. So
yeah, if you like the variety, but I mean, I guess I'll segue for us. If you are stuck at home, there's things like the Steam sale going on right now. So if you are a streamer or you just like playing games, you got a good variety of cheap games to get. So I mentioned it to you just before we started, and you hadn't had a chance to look at it. Some games I've been looking at. I know Doom Eternal is half off right now, so you can get that for $30.
I might have to pick that up. That's on the list. That's for me.
Yeah. Yep. And Jedi Fallen Order. That's another one that I think that's half off for $30.
Was that a good game?
Haven't played it, but I've heard pretty good things about it. And I mean, I do like the sort of Dark Souls light kind of gameplay.
I don't know anything about it, so I don't even know like any like reviews or critiques about it.
Did you ever play The Force Unleashed?
No.
Okay. It's just kind of like, single player Star Wars where all heavy emphasis on lightsaber fighting, where it's like just, you and one or a handful of enemies just kind of like dueling each other. And then, as you progress, you get more force powers and shit like that. So
yeah.
I want to say it's a pretty well-regarded game. No major issues except for maybe the story's a little weak. But as far as the gameplay goes, it's very fun to play.
It's a good game. All right.
Yeah. So that's another good one. I'm looking at this. I just saw some game developer that commented on one of the Reddit threads where he made a tower defense that's similar to like Plant vs. Zombies, and it's like $3. It's called Mostly Intense Monster Defense. So I'm probably going to pick that up because, I mean, $3, and it's some guy that made this game all on his own. Might as well support him.
Right.
And then...
support that indie.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, hey, you're hustling. You're putting the work in to get your game out there. I might as well reward you for that. Do what I can. And then on top of that... there's a lot of board games that have Steam versions of them. So I know Britt and I are going to be copping a bunch of those, like Lords of Waterdeep, which we've talked about and played on the show before. There's a Steam version of that. I think it's only $7. There's a game Terraforming Mars, which is pretty well regarded. That is like $8. And another one, Scythe. And like the board game version of these games are starting at $40. I think Scythe is like a $60 or $70 board game to get, but you can get the Steam version for $6. So I was talking to Rob from the podcast about it, and I was like, yeah, it just, even buying 2 copies of Scythe on Steam is a much cheaper investment into the game to see if we even like it before we commit to this,
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna probably buy that and check it out. So yeah, I think that's, thankfully with gaming and other online forms of entertainment, that's the good thing about staying home, is like you can entertain yourself, you can find things to do. And I'll keep going with that sort of little topic with the Time for Your Hobby podcast. I don't know if you recall, but I've been on it a couple times. We've had the host Alex on. Yeah, we've had him on a couple times, and Brittany's episode just came out. She was on it, and she had a really good time with it. She was talking all about baking and her favorite types of bakes and her favorite, style of goods that she likes to make. I think bread is a heavy topic for her. So,
Nice.
everyone go listen to that. Give Alex your support. Let Brittany know that she's an amazing baker, and look at the pictures he posts to see what sort of bake she does. So I just wanted to drop that, and link for that episode is going to be in the description. So that's what us, Brittany and I, have been up to, I guess, through all of this.
Sorry, I'm focusing on chess, but no, that's. Come on, man.
You can take a minute. You can take a minute.
I'm feeling this pressure, bro. Like, what are you doing to me, man? All right. I just can't believe you took both my horses, bro.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Like, I was like, oh, I'll just pull out my weight. I have 2, right? Oh my gosh, is that it?
It would tell you if it was it. So there must be a move you can make. What it is, I don't know. Oh, you can, yeah. But then that's it.
That's it. There.
You're released. You are free from the burden. Well, good game. I would shake your hand, but
virtual. Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I think we're good to finally get into the main topics of the show. If you're ready, or is there anything else you wanted to drop or talk about?
No, I mean, I was just explaining pretty much
your
my
life.
Outings. That was it. That's like, those are the highlights. I mean, one of them was pretty big, but at the same time, it was like, and then nothing happened for a couple more weeks. Then,
and then this one thing happened, and then 3 more weeks. Oh, and one more.
Yeah, it's like one of those. Oh man, just staying home. Like, my days are merging, bro.
Oh, dude, even when I started going back to the office, like, I was emailing people and be like, oh yeah, I'll be there, like, on a Tuesday. I'll be like, oh, I'll be there tomorrow, and if not, I'll make sure to do it like first thing Friday morning. And I was like, wait, it's Tuesday. Why would I take that long to get to it? So don't worry.
What day is it? No, the year. What year? Like,
it's bad. It's real bad. But let's get some, normalcy injected into this podcast. Let's talk about The Great. We're going to talk about episodes 3 and 4 this week and get into it. So, spoilers if you care about spoilers for mostly historical things that happened. So you haven't talked about the show at all, obviously, since this is your first time being on while we're talking about it. So what do you think about the show so far as a whole? Seen?
I like it. I really like it. Yeah, just the whole comedic parts of it, and just how extreme. It's just holy crap, man. It's a pretty good show, so I'm gonna stick out with it.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it, and I'm glad that I think I just saw it on the Hulu splash page, and I was like, okay, it seems like an interesting premise, and I really like Nicholas Hoult in this type of thing, and it just kind of took off from there. So yeah, I am definitely enjoying it, and I think it's really building on the first 2 episodes, because Brittany and I said it kind of felt like a movie, like the first 2 episodes, just like one really long premiere. Mm-hmm. And I like that with the 3rd episode they start bringing in this new character, Leo. That's his name? Yeah, the lover. Yeah, I think that he adds a good dynamic, so that way we can see Catherine actually enjoying her time in the court, not just being miserable and plotting throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy that part of it, and it shows that the show is willing to introduce new characters, even though it's not the first 2 episodes, and just kind of let these characters develop and explore this weird sort of fucked up court system where it's pretty open that the emperor and empress can have lovers. And
yeah, especially like what the first episode was. I know it was like an exaggeration of like her first time and everything, but then just like Nicholas, the Peter, right? Like just comes in with his homeboy and then just pauses conversation.
Yep.
This really just goes at it with it right there, and then just all right. And what we talking about? Like just walks away. I was like, God damn, bro. Like, she was like in a world of like, what the hell just happened? What the fuck was that?
There's a kind of funny scene like that. I'm fairly certain it's in the 4th episode, because Peter is like having some weird like self-confidence issues, and it's the same couple, or it's the same guy, Grigor and Georgina. They're married, but Georgina is like the Emperor's kind of lover, and Grigor and Georgina are about to start, getting intimate, and then he just busts in and just like jumps into bed in between them, like sits there and just isn't saying anything, and it's like, bro, what the fuck?
I'm glad you guys are up, and then he goes to sleep. Just gets in between them.
I
think because they were trying to like have a talk about like going away somewhere.
Okay, so I was in the third episode. God, it's just that dynamic, I think, because the whole coup thing, I'm surprised that they haven't brought Grigor involved in it, because I think that that's what they're trying to build on. Like, he's very unhappy.
Too. Yeah. Oh, you know it. Come on, man. He was like, yeah, I'll do anything for Russia, and this is my king,
Nah, fuck that, dude. You're mad.
You lying, bro. You stop lying to yourself. You know that shit hurts. So
it's fucked up, because it's just, I just can't imagine what he is thinking, because his wife is just so eager to go apart with it, and so I'm sure he's just like, why am I a part of this?
You can't do anything, though.
Yeah.
You raise any kind of like, nah, you don't do, well, you're done. You're gone. I'm sorry. So it's an extremely tough situation that just fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah. I think it's the fourth episode, though, where you see Catherine struggling further with the ladies of the court, where she tries to get back at Lady Svenska for beating Mariel, and she does so in like a sly way, but everyone obviously knows that Catherine did it. And then they start this rumor about how she fucked a horse before she came to see Peter. And so they have this like interesting power struggle, and it's another case of where Catherine tries to be like stubborn and stick to her morals and things like that, but ultimately
take that high ground.
Yeah, but the court eventually like breaks her down, and she has to play the game, and she has to, be mean to Mariel in front of them, so that way they know like, oh, she's part of the game, and she's not gonna buckle under pressure.
Right.
So that I think is a very tough. Those are tough scenes to watch, because she doesn't want to get on the level of the ladies in the court.
Yeah, because like from off the bat, they show how like, all we do is just talk about hats, and then we pick up these balls, and then we just throw them, and then we just gossip the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, yeah, these aren't even the people you want to be hanging around with. Like, just fucking shallow, and so you just know.
No, it's fucked up. The fourth episode also has a really great scene that I knew was coming. Not too much of a spoiler, but the Emperor wants a vision from God, and so he talks to Archie about like, go have a vision, like whatever you got to do, go have a vision. So you see Archie just like have a handful of mushrooms, and he just takes them all at once. And so eventually you see him go on his trip, and it's one of the like funniest scenes I think of the show so far. So that to me made episode 4, and I think so far that's probably my favorite episode.
Probably one of your favorite episodes. Yeah, I haven't gotten there, but no, but like I can understand that. Go have a vision, bro.
Yeah, and he was just like, "Whatever you say, my lord." Fucking, and just downs him right away. I was like, "Oh shit, this is not gonna end well for him." Oh man, but yeah, I think with Leo being introduced, though, that it has kind of put the coup thing on halt, because once he's there, they kind of like stop really discussing it, because they're worried that he's a spy. And even when Catherine, says he's not a spy, like he's still a pretty big distraction for her.
Yeah. The plans did get halted, and then who knows? There may possibly be real lovers, so we don't know how. Other obstacles that might get in the way with that, so.
You start seeing some obstacles by episode 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you set out for one thing, and then other things happen. So. Hey.
Yeah, when you set out to dismantle a government of an entire country, surprisingly, it doesn't go completely smooth.
I would have thought.
Oh man, yeah, because I think Brittany mentioned it last week where this is slated as a mini series, so I'm curious to see what they do with it and how they progress the season. Because if the coup is going to be the main story arc, I would hate to see Nicholas Hoult leave the show, but at the same time, I would enjoy seeing what Catherine does on her own.
Yeah, I think probably something has to happen to Leo, and then that'll just, in my guess, it'll probably make her realize, yeah, no, I gotta stop fucking around.
Yeah,
I gotta do
I
what I came here to do. Like, you know, I'm here
right.
to take over. Like, when she realized that, so
Yeah.
we'll see though.
Yeah, no, I am super enjoying it. Will gladly continue to watch, and I know Dark just came out, and I want to watch Dark season 3 and finish that show, but my God, do we not have the attention span for it right now? Because have you watched Dark?
No, no.
It's a really good German show, but it's like very high concept. Like there was a I guess it's not really spoiler, kind of spoiler. Time travel is heavily important in this show, and you have to pay 100% attention, or you'll get lost in a second.
Oh, this can't be your load up Castlevania in the background kind of.
Nope. Yeah, no, because I've been playing Teamfight Tactics on League of Legends, and I can throw up the grate, and I can get most of it down, and if I need to rewind a scene or two, I can do it. But Dark, it's nah, you gotta watch. You just have to sit and focus.
Yeah, I don't know if I could just do that with anything, because I want to feel kind of invested. I want to make sure I don't miss anything, and I don't know. I always like to give things fully a chance, and then if it's something okay, after I'm done, maybe if there's one season of it or something.
Yeah,
and I
on
feel
rewatches.
Yeah, I'll rewatch it, or it'll be okay, this is the type of show where I have to pay attention. Or if there's multiple seasons of it, then I could okay, now I could probably just throw that on the side. But whenever I'm watching something new, I give it my whole attention to it before I try and.
I should probably do that.
Yeah, because there's some things we'd be that's probably hella good, but I missed it.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to multitask. But I get it, man. There's just there's just so many things out there to watch, man. Yeah, I understand that part, bro.
Yeah, that's my struggle. It's there's so much else I want to do and consume and play, and it's just I can't dedicate 100% of everything to every single thing I try and do. So it's I've just learned how to both watch a show and play a new game and try and get as much as I can out of both things at once.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned it last time, but I'm backlogged on all things.
Oh yeah, you mentioned you were TV shows.
Yeah, I was the very biggest obstacle I was trying to get rid of was Naruto. That's 500 episodes plus.
Yeah, it's that's a bad thing to have on your backlog.
And I was no, let me watch this all, and then I could just watch other things, because I want to pick up things, put it down. Yeah, so I even had to go online and be all right, which ones are the filler episodes? Okay, maybe I'll even get rid of half filler episodes too. And then I got rid of that
summary.
Yeah, and then I got rid of that. I knocked Naruto out, and then I was damn, I still gotta watch hella shows, man.
The next worst thing you could do is be I should watch One Piece.
Yeah, right.
There's only almost 1,000 episodes of that. I can finish that.
All right.
Oh man, but yeah, great. So far, living up to the name.
Great, I can agree with that. This is one of those shows that I think I'm gonna stick out with. I'm gonna pretty much wrap this up. When they end, I'm still gonna be watching this. So.
Okay. So yeah, there's great 2 more episodes next week. Hopefully, we'll have that done, because I'm sure I'll mention it again at the end of the episode, but we'll be moving literally this week, and so next week's episode might either come out a little late or just a little light on topics, but we're gonna do our best to keep the normal schedule up and running. Oh man, so let's wrap up this episode with a big movie topic. I always gonna recap it for these 10 episodes. We are trying to pick a movie that is fan acclaimed, critically acclaimed cult classic that at least one of us hasn't seen, or ideally neither of us has seen, or, in this instance, I had never seen this before, and Tikeri saw it once when it was in theaters, so it's been, quite a long time, I would say.
I want to say about, 15 years?
16 years. 15, this movie came out in 2004. It is V for Vendetta. Bum, bum, bum. And, it did come out in 2005. So, 15 years.
Yeah.
So, let's get that plot summary. It is very on the nose so this movie came out in 2005, and the plot, the world is in turmoil and warfare, with the United States fractured as a result of prolonged Second Civil War, as a result of prolonged Second Civil War and epidemic of the quote-unquote St. Mary's virus ravaging Europe. And this movie takes place in 2020. And, I just picked this a couple days ago on a whim. Did not know that this was the plot. And I was like, God damn it. Why did I pick this? Man.
Hey. No, because when I started, I haven't seen this since the theaters, right?
Yep.
And when I got out of the theaters, I kind of didn't like the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And just the introduction of everything, when you meet V, right out the kind of gates, just, using, just them words, them big ass words.
Yeah. Yep.
So what happened was I saw The Matrix 2 and I hella didn't like the architect scene. And I was like, I hate this guy. I hella didn't like The Matrix 2, whatever, but then that reminded me of the, architect scene from, in V from Vendetta when he starts talking and he starts using all the V words, just fallacious,
very
various,
pretentious.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like this guy. But then I finished out the movie and then the whole thing was like, nah, I don't think I like this.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Just...
do you know who played V? Because I didn't look it up until I was done with the movie.
Yeah. The agent.
Oh. Yeah, Hugo Weaving. So it's funny that it reminded you of Matrix. And I was like, hey, that's the guy, the big villain in the Matrix.
But then seeing it the second time, I liked it. And, at the same time, I was like, it was kind of like, holy shit, what kind of reflection am I watching? There's a virus going around and killed hella people. Mm-hmm. The United States is in a civil war, bro.
Yeah, and it's it takes place in November of 2020, so it's maybe it's gonna be more accurate.
Where is he?
So, just right out the gate, I was like, oh man, what did I do? But another thing, it's also funny that you mentioned The Matrix, because this was written by the Wachowskis, so the same people from The Matrix.
I mean, it has the same vibe.
Yeah, that's when I was watching the action scenes, I was like, this is so much like The Matrix, and we watched Equilibrium not that long ago, and that also had very Matrix-y vibes to it, and I was like, The Matrix just had a huge influence that I never realized because I didn't watch these movies. But another thing that I didn't know before going into this is that it was based on a comic book. I was like, oh, this is essentially a superhero movie that I just didn't ever hear about.
I didn't know that too. I didn't realize because, in the very beginning when they do DC Comics.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, this is a comic?
Yep, because it was by Alan Moore. I think he's most known for Watchmen. Yeah, same guy from Watchmen. So, and I definitely get that. But enough, blah about the movie. I think I did enjoy this movie, actually. I thought that it was...
You said did or did not?
I did.
You did? Okay.
I did. I do enjoy the movie. It wasn't amazing. I wasn't blown away by it. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was fun enough. I thought that it did pose some interesting ideas, especially for Evie and her, the messed up sort of imprisonment and torture by V to her to kind of get her to, come to terms with the fact that she does stand for something. She doesn't have fear. I thought that was... I wasn't shocked by that reveal because I took note that like every time someone talked to her, they had gloves on and like similar gloves that he had, and you never saw the faces, obviously, which could just be a interrogation tactic. But I was like, I'm willing to bet that that was V that kidnapped her and is doing all this to get her on his side.
Yeah, no, and it works. You know, you're now awake, you're now woke.
Yeah.
But no, it was, and then, you know, the story is like that she was clinging on to, you know, and then to find out that it was actually kind of true, but just the awakening of that. Yeah, no, I mean, everything about it was like, it changed my mind from how I felt when I first saw it. Also, that it just kind of goes hand in hand with what's going on with, you know, today-ish, you know?
Yep.
So it was like, okay, I guess I could work with it. So, you know, it was, when I saw the whole thing and came away with it, it's like, yeah, you know what? I like it.
Yeah, I think that I like the big names they had for it. Stephen Fry, I thought was a very good pull, and I liked his character a lot. I didn't recognize the High Chancellor, I think that's what his title was. But I thought he did a really good job, and again, reminded me of Equilibrium, of just, you know, big man on the screen and ultimate evil and never actually interacts with the people, but he's this looming figure of just oppression.
You see him you see him.
Oh yeah, you definitely see him, and he gets his comeuppance.
Don't kill me. You know, I was like, you talking all that shit, bro?
Yeah.
Same thing with the who was that? The voice in London?
Yep.
Yeah, same thing.
Wow, what's his name? Prothero? Yeah, Louis Prothero.
Yeah. Where he talking all that shit in the shower.
Yeah, and then as soon as he sees him, he's like, oh no, please.
Lights out, and he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I guess that's probably my favorite thing about this movie is that, you know, it keeps up the pace, at least for me. Like, it's just like bam, bam, bam. Like, he's taking out all these people that wronged him and so many other people, and just really trying to sell this idea of that, you know, he is a person, but at the same time, he's most importantly an idea, and that, you know, it's this over oppressive government, but when it comes down to it, they're all just people, and they can be brought down and brought to light, which is what the, you know, populace needs to see in order to make change, which I to me, that was the message of this movie, and it's very prevalent right now, I would say, with everything going on.
Just even the scene with the graffiti and the little girl runs away, and she gets shot.
Yeah.
And then it's like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Just
it's life and imitating art and vice versa, and like, holy shit, like this shit's speaking today, you know?
Yeah, which it's sad, I guess, is like the biggest takeaway I get from it. It's like, it's sad that they could write this and it become true, and, you know, because it's happened before and it will probably happen again. It's just frustrating, I guess.
Yeah, man, you sure know how to pick it, bro.
God, I think the next one we're gonna watch is supposed to not be this heavy. I'm hoping. Maybe I'll read the plot summary before I
maybe. But then, like, I don't think it would have connected as much if you just read the plot of it.
No, yeah, and think
then
that's...
even if you read it, I don't think it would have, like, you would have known. It would have been like this reflecting of what's going on.
Right. And I think that's what plays into my enjoyment of it, is that I did walk into it blind, which I think is like the best way to go about these movies, is to just go in and see it and just take what you will from it as the movie presents it to you. Like, don't watch 20 different trailers, don't read reviews before you go see it. Just like go and watch it.
Yeah, me and my cousins do that for like a movie we really want to see. We kind of do like a media blackout where we don't just try and stay away. Because the very first movie I saw, and I really enjoyed it without knowing what it was, and everyone, you know, I think it was like going back to like Unbreakable. I really
Oh wow, yeah, movie. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one to not know anything about.
Know anything? Yeah, you know, And then just having to try and like when we were done watching that movie, me and my cousins were trying to explain. Well, it's like a comic book movie, but it's not. Like we were trying to like figure out how to explain this movie to people. But I'm so glad like we didn't know anything about it, and then just going into it, we were like, holy shit, man, that was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's how I watched it because I was younger, and my dad just put it on, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? I do think that V as a character, like you did mention, he's pretty ridiculous. Like that first scene where he's using those very long V words, I was rolling my eyes. I was like, okay, we get it. You're V. You're smart.
You're V.
Come on.
Yeah. No, but that's what I was like, oh my gosh, this again?
And like, I think it's just it's I guess cringy, I guess I'll use that word, like that people latch onto him and want to emulate him, and the whole Anon 4chan, it's like they see themselves as V, and I'm like, come on guys, pick someone that a little better than this.
Yeah, and then I don't know, I thought the ending, where he has to kill off the last guy, Creedy. Bro, I'm sorry, but I don't think you're walking away with all them gunshots. I know you had a bulletproof vest on, but I don't know, man.
You're gone.
I think you're, I think they shot you everywhere, bro. Like,
I was curious about
that's supposed to be a metal mask too? I think it was. I think Homeboy punched him, and then
it like broke his hand.
I don't know. That was the only thing that I thought was like kind of weird, or like not really. The way like everyone stopped shooting and then they just like let him attack him. Like everyone should just keep reloading until he's done.
Yeah.
Just like there's too much. Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was definitely goofy, and it was a comic book movie when it came down to it.
No, I was just saying. Well, yeah, that is a comic book portion of it. Could have been executed a little bit better. But it's alright. Like not really, but the whole movie. Yeah.
As a whole, I'm not gonna give it like a 9 or something crazy like that, but I did enjoy it. And one thing I was curious about while I was watching it is I wasn't sure if they were going to explain more about the experiments that was done on V, because that first scene he's like throwing dudes far across an alleyway up against a wall. So I was like, is he like super powered? Is that what he kind of is? And so it kind of plays into this mythos of like when he gets shot, you're like, oh, is he just, bulletproof? Is that just part of who he is, his character? And until they, like, take the, show that he had a vest on, which...
It's Captain Britain, bro.
I mean, maybe. When did that guy get invented? So I was curious, like, if they were really gonna dive into that. And he apparently didn't have eyes, so how the fuck was he doing all this twirling around?
Right.
Yeah. So I think that it did a good job in that aspect of V, of like making him mysterious and you questioning whether or not he was superhuman or just a guy, just a figure.
Yeah, no, well, watching it now, it changed my mind. I like it. I'm trying to think of anything else about it. I mean, because what I just got to complain was like not too much. They're small complaints.
Yeah, they're small, but it
doesn't affect the movie.
It doesn't affect the movie, but at the same time, the movie still as a whole wasn't this masterpiece, which I'm fine with because, again, comic book movie, it's not going to be this, to me, mind-blowing, it's going to change how I look at films forever. And that's okay. It has its place, and it fits right in there. That's totally fine.
It does.
So, I mean, I'm ready to rate it. If you are, I think, definitely check it out on Netflix. It's there. Might as well if you've never seen it. I think it is worth seeing in 2020, just to kind of like take a look at what people in 2005 were saying.
Watch it to then just turn on your news
Yeah.
and just see it match up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How are you gonna rate it? It's out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna say out of 10 roses. That was his whole
10,
thing.
All right, so like the thing with these 10s, right? That's a big spectrum, and I feel like I rate movies higher because I feel like if you go too low, it makes it. But then I don't know. But
I think, like I've talked about it before, like these movies that I'm picking, it's like they are supposed to be good, and so it should be expected that they're above average. And if they're not, that's totally fine. I haven't given a low score yet for these movies, but on the podcast before, I've definitely given a movie like a 3 before, and that's totally fine. If you're gonna give it a low score, don't hold back.
It's just a wide range. I just feel like
here I'm gonna give it maybe a 6.5 if I'm feeling generous. That's where I think this movie lands.
And that's where I feel like about same. I was gonna shoot for 6 roses.
Yeah, like again, it doesn't do anything amazing, but what it does fairly well. So it's, I didn't sit there during the 2 hours and go, man, wishing this would end.
These knives need to go in quicker.
Yeah, come on, dude, just give up.
Yeah, no, it was a good movie. I do feel you on that. It wasn't like great, but it was good. It was a good movie, and I think 6. Because it wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. The things I got to pick, it holds its own. So 6 out of 10 roses. I could agree with that.
All right, it's stamped, done, sealed away.
No take backs.
Oh man! All right. Well, I think it's gonna do it for this episode, man.
All right, man.
Perfect. So yeah, thanks Tikeri for being on. And what's your Twitch again and YouTube so people can go check you out?
Twitch.tv/the Samoan Ninja. And then I'm going to be able to change my YouTube, so it's my full name. It's youtube.com/Tikeri follow. And I'm pretty sure there'll be a link out because we're going to have to hella spell that out, bro.
Yeah. No. You guys got to search for it. Come on.
You got to come find me.
All right.
But,
so, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for having me on again. And I enjoy some of the things you thrown towards my way, to look out for. So I'm always up for that and always up to coming back on the show. So thank you again.
Yeah, we're gonna have you back on hopefully sooner rather than later. And maybe on a special 10 episode you can get one of those board games on Steam and we can have you on for one of those.
All you have to do is just let me know. Let me know, man.
We got it. So yeah, thanks everyone for listening. We're gonna be back hopefully, like I said, next week on schedule. Talk about a couple more episodes of The Great. More than likely talk about our move and how hopefully seamlessly that goes, and then another movie, and we'll just talk to you then. All right, bye guys.
Later.